Okay, today we are playing a game on Lijiang Tower. We are in the Diamond SR range and we will be playing Mercy the entire way through, except for like a 1 minute span. Not even that, I think it might be closer to like 30 seconds period where we're playing Lucio. But, you know, basically entirely Mercy. Current team composition is Reinhardt, Doomfist, Genji, Widowmaker, Ana, and Mercy. So we've only got 1 tank and 3 DPS. That's unfortunate, though not the end of the world. Personally, I'd change the Genji for another tank. Probably Zarya, just because, you know, Reinhardt Zarya, classic. And the reason I changed Genji is because we're on Lijiang Tower. Pharah is really popular on this map, so I'd like to keep the Widowmaker. And I'd be a fool to not want somebody to play pre-nerf Doomfist, right? So, that's just how that one is. So let's start the game. So we're pretty confident we're going to win because we, before the round started, scored a touchdown, home run, basketball, end zone, doesn't understand sports joke, haha, am I right, fellow gamers? So we are basically guaranteed to win. So, Widow's already killed Bridget, and now she's going to get killed by Hanzo. Not exactly an unexpected series of events. We would like to spend as much time damage boosting Widowmaker as is feasibly possible, just because damage boosted Widowmaker is pretty good. So, Doomfist went and fucked up and got killed. We stopped to res him, which is fair enough. Anna's a little preoccupied with the Reaper situation, so she's not healing Reinhardt. But, like, Reinhardt's not getting out alive, frankly. Because he's way too deep, and we can't get to him. Anna'd be able to heal him, but she's currently preoccupied with Reaper, so Reinhardt's too deep. He's dead. Reaper's still behind us, so we got shot in the back, so we swing over here. Reaper's actually dead now, though, because he's been killed by Widowmaker. Fantastic news. So even though this fight started really badly, we've actually managed to pull it back together, incredibly enough. And basically just because the DPS killed people. Isn't that fantastic? Hammond's been rolling around, certainly in the game, no doubt. Has he been accomplishing anything in the game? No, but we can't deny he's playing the game. Reaper's dead again. Pretty staggered as well. He and Zarya are at this point. Here comes Hammond. Still playing the game, certainly. He is here, no one can deny. So we've got Infrasight right now, so they really don't want to push in because... you know. And Infrasight lasts a fucking... I always forget Infrasight lasts for 15 goddamn seconds. I think it's 15.5 seconds, actually. That's like an insane length of time. Whatever. So that's 15 seconds they just didn't want to have any fun. So, that's fair enough. That, you know, sucks for them. So we've got Valkyrie built up right now. Here comes Hammond. Hammond's put the minefield down. We're going to pop Valkyrie because clearly they're trying to start a fight. Hammond's getting pretty bullied right now because he got put to sleep, which is certainly unfortunate for him. We're going to try and res Genji. That's fair enough, but unfortunately our Valkyrie runs out as we're doing it, so we end up in a pretty unfortunate situation now as a result. Oh, but we killed him! Oh, we fucking did it! We got away with it all. Thank goodness. So, that went fantastically, all things considered. Could we have resed him sooner while Valkyrie was still active? I think so, because the bad thing here is that Valkyrie ran out. We wanted Bridget to go away first, certainly, before we tried that one, because otherwise we would have likely just been sad. We could have gone for this faster than we did, and then gotten away with a little bit of Valkyrie left over. Bridget was right next to him, so obviously we gotta wait for her to go away, but we could have come back sooner to try for the res if we were gonna do that. I mean, our other healer is Ana, so we can reasonably justify removing ourselves from the fight to do that, because we're leaving our team with another main healer. Which is the important thing. Because if you leave your team behind with, like, a Zenyatta or a Lucio or or Bridget, well, there's a good chance they get killed while you're away. But if it's another healer, or another main healer, I should say, then that's all good. So we're currently healing somebody who's at full health, which is very bad efficiency-wise. We should be damage boosting somebody. Damage boost that lady. Even if they're not a good person to damage boost, just be damage boosting somebody if you're at full health. Because, like, you healing somebody at full health is basically exactly the same as you having your beam turned off. So, bad times. We died. Hammond's right there. He doesn't suspect a thing, though. Now he suspects a thing. So, the problem here is just that we're kind of in the courtyard, right next to all these bad boys right here. It would have been better to GA past Ana, because at least then we'd put distance between their team and our team, and we can get past the Winston because you can do, like, the spacebar, momentum boost to get past out of Winston's range, and then get away from all of these rude dudes that we don't want to be next to. Does he, is he leaving splash effects on the ground when he walks? There is no water on the ground. My immersion. I get that he's meant to be wet, but, like, he ain't fucking leaving that kind of splash behind. My immersion has been shattered. So. I think we're waiting for our team to regroup, or maybe we were doing something else. I don't know. Because we did just suddenly start going again after staying still. So, Widowmaker's dead. Unfortunate for her. Here comes Winston. Not Winston, Hammond. We don't... the only crowd control on our team is Anna, so that's going to make it difficult for us to stop Hammond from doing this kind of business. Because that's what crowd control is really good for, by the way, is keeping high mobility heroes in check, which people might want to think about before they keep wanting all the crowd control in the game removed, is that if you've got the Hammond spinning around the point over and over and over again, and you've got no crowd control to stop him, what do? You just try and kill the Hammond through the person healing him while he's being hard to hit. That's feasible, you know? What do we do when mobility creep sets in, as it does in any game like this? What do we do then, when there's like 5 variations of Tracer hopping around the map, and we have no crowd control to stop them? You know, that's a video for another time. Yes, I do plan to make a video basically saying, I know better than Siegel, because that's the kind of person I am. It's okay, because it's been proven by scientists in a laboratory somewhere that I've never been wrong in my entire life. That's not me saying that. That's science saying that. So don't worry about it. So McCree's using Deadeye outside, so we really don't want to use Valkyrie right now, because that was happening. We could start using Valkyrie now, where, however, half their team is dead. This is a risky one to go for, because Hammond is kind of right there. By this point, I don't want to use Valkyrie anymore, because half their team is dead, and when Hammond's all the way over here with us, so the rest of our team is fighting 2 people over here right now. So this Valkyrie is going to accomplish not very much. But the other argument to make is, we only got to capture 1 more %, so we can just try and use Valkyrie to make sure we win the team fight instead. I'd rather save it, just because it looks like at that point we're going to win, and we didn't exactly get a lot of value out of Valkyrie. I also wouldn't have bothered to res Genji, probably, just because Hammond is right there. I'd rather just go with the team and try to make sure they win the rest of the fight. Because even without Genji, it's still 5v3 at that point, and we still got 2 DPS, right? So I would have just left him behind, not bothered to try and res him in front of Hammond and save the Valkyrie for later. But I mean, it all worked out, so you know. Because the other argument is, you might as well just use it, seeing as we don't have much % left to go anyway, so we might as well just try and make sure we win. I'm just a paranoid sort. I grew up in the era of, like, Doom, so I was taught to not use the rocket launcher ever, because you might need it later. And that holds true today. I don't want to use it, because I might need it later, you know. It's too good. It's very useful, and therefore I'll never use it. So, do we still... I think did I see a Reinhardt as well now? Nope. It's just Reinhardt's changed to Diva. Okay. So they have a Widowmaker now as well, we've just learned, which is inconvenient for us, because we have to try and avoid that. Classic, absolutely textbook Hammond maneuver on Lijiang Tower, or Garden specifically on Lijiang Tower. Immediately throw self off ledge. Instantly. They're always like, I'm gonna knock those nerds off that bridge. Oh, fuck. Shit, I'm under the bridge. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, now what? Guys, help. And then they die after the clutching onto the bridge for like 30 seconds. I remember seeing something on one of the Reddits the other day that was like, what can I do as a Hammond player to, I play Hammond and people are skeptical of me because of this. What can I do to prove them wrong? Don't do that is like a good step 1, because every fucking time on Garden, that's what they do. Every time, without fail. I've never seen a guy actually knock anybody off the bridge. I've only ever seen Hammond get stuck under the bridge and kill himself. Anyway, so, we're fighting right now. They have a Winston as well now. They had the Winston, didn't they? Yes, it's just we only saw him, like, once, and he didn't, like, you know, he didn't really harass us during that either. So we stop to res Genji right now. It's fair enough. We can't see anybody around. McCree does start coming around the corner, so that's a little spooky, but we didn't see anybody at the time. Unfortunately, there's not really anybody convenient to jump to right now, and we're in a bad situation. Yeah. Nobody was in a good position to GA to. Everybody was kind of like right next to all of the people that we don't want to be next to, which makes it difficult for Mercy. Because ideally you got people kind of all over the place so that you can be super mobile, but no, not in that situation. So, fucking fly. Jesus Christ. So, whole team's regrouped. We did actually manage to wait for our team to regroup. Isn't that incredible? So, we should have been, like, damage boosting Widowmaker, like, this whole time. We're healing somebody at full health again, which is bad efficiency. Basically, we want to damage boost Widowmaker as much as we possibly can. And our other healer is a main healer, so we should be able to get away with that quite frequently. If, like, you're playing Mercy, and there's somebody good on your team to damage boost, and you got another main healer, you can basically just pocket that dude who is good to damage boost a long-ass time. And the other main healer should be able to take care of it. Disclaimer, if the other main healer is bad, then you can't do that. But if you got another main healer, you should be able to, assuming they aren't bad. Which, you know. So we're healing people at full health again during this. Full health. Now we could be damage boosting. That guy's full health. Don't worry about it. Efficiency. It's hard to carry as a support in general, Mercy in particular, so it's all about, like, maximum efficiency. So Widow's over there. That's scary, but there's a lot of geometry we can use to keep her out of the way. So I feel like I was about to fucking dab for some reason. I don't know why exactly. Yeah, geometry. That was a weak-ass dab. I'm sorry. I'm too white to do anything like that, really. Though the dab at this point is, like, exclusively nerdy white people do it. Like, look, it's me. I'm hip and trendy. So Genji killed their whole team. That's great. I was distracted talking about my own thing and we died. But it's alright because I saw partway through Genji killed 3 people with Dragon Blade. So I basically shut off at that point. I was like, we won. It's all fine. As we can see, it wasn't actually all fine. So they're starting to regroup at this point. I would have just used Valkyrie basically as soon as I got back. Because, like, I look at this situation. I also just heard their Bridget start using her ultimate. Like, even before we fully get back, at this point, I'm like, I should use Valkyrie just because, like, this fight could still go either way right now. And I don't want to lose this fight, because if we lose this fight, we probably don't get another chance. So I would have already used Valkyrie just to try and be like, alright, this could still go either way right now. They're regrouping over there, and, like, we're not exactly handedly winning this fight. So we just elect to throw ourselves off the edge, which is fair enough. That's about the best we can do in that situation, really. So now they're at 90%. So we're going to have to rush right now, and we just immediately pop Valk as soon as we respawn. Which is fair enough, because we got to get back. Oh, there's a Hanzo in the window, but it's okay. He stopped to shoot Tracer, so we managed to slide by. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yeah, you know. And now we gotta just, like, rush to the point one by one, because otherwise we lose the round. Now we're gonna change to Lucio, because we gotta try and get back faster. Not the optimal rollout, because the optimal rollout is, like, actually fucking insane on this map. Have you seen, like, the completely optimal Lucio rollout on this map? It's fucking ridiculous and scary as hell. So we're still Lucio. I think we changed, yeah. So I drastically overestimated how much we were going to play Lucio. It was actually 5 entire seconds of Lucio. That might still be generous, honestly. So now we have a Junkrat. Junkrat's also good to damage boost because he does a lot of AoE damage that's pretty fucking easy to land. So we want to damage boost him as much as possible now. Here comes Hammond. We still don't really have much crowd control for Hammond, but hey, if we just kill the dude... Actually, I think... Was he on a trap on top of that? No, he's not. He's not. Okay. I was like, that's a crazy place for a Junkrat trap to be if that was the case. But no, he was just, like, scuttling around up there. So Genji just got fucking murdered. We elect to go for the Genji. It's not actually that risky, even though it's kind of in full view, seeing as there's a bubble between us and them. So they have to burst that down and then burst us down to kill us. So pretty safe overall. unfortunately, then, you know, things have gotten kind of scary over here now. So we're trying to save Winston, and unfortunately Hammond reappears to, like, bash us over there. Did he come straight at us or down the staircase? He came straight at us. To be honest with you, I've, like, written the dude off. Like, I look at that, and I'm like, I ain't trying anymore to save this guy. He is dead as fuck. He actually manages to get back over here. I would have just been on the staircase trying to heal the rest of the team, because I've written Winston off by that point, so I'd rather try and keep them alive. And then Winston would have actually gotten to the staircase to try and be healed anyway, so... But I'm not going to try and get to that guy, especially when I look out there and see, like, Bridget next to him. I'm like, oh, fuck that, Jesus Christ. If somebody looks dead as fuck, don't be afraid to just write them off, because you're more important than them, frankly. As a support, you're the most important member of the team, so don't be afraid to write other people off as dead. So, somebody really wants our man to go Reinhardt. That would honestly not really improve our situation that much, I don't feel, because a lot of the issue we're having is that, like, divers and flankers are kind of just harassing us, really. Like, Hammond's been quite inconvenient for us at multiple points now. Winston's been inconvenient to us at points in the past. Who's the other one? Fuck it. Name's not important. They had, like, Reaper. Reaper was inconvenient. That's the one. He was also inconvenient to us earlier. Reinhardt doesn't really stop any of these people from being inconvenient. What would be of a significant improvement right now is honestly a Bridget. Because Bridget, like, really fucks up all these people that have been inconvenient to us. Bridget is about to get nerfed, so, you know, rest in peace. Because, like, oh, here comes their Bridget to inconvenience us. Basically, like, we need somebody that can deal with divers and flankers. We don't have anybody that can really deal with that one. So, like, Roadhog would help. Bridget would help. McCree would help. Reaper would help. Like, you know, May. Like, somebody to help with these divers and flankers would be of great help. But, you know. Oh, look, there they go. Dead as fuck. You know, it's not, like, this isn't a game I see Mercy being able to change the outcome of. Like, the best thing I can really say is, like, we should have probably just changed to Bridget. Because, so we can try and fuck up, like, this is a tragic situation we're in right now. Luffy, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Luffy's not a very smart guy. I was thinking about, like, Luffy as in One Piece Luffy when I said that, but, like, this guy's also not very smart, so, you know, the name holds true in both cases. This is gonna be a high-skill play right here. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I don't personally see Mercy changing the outcome of that game, but that like frequently ends up being the case for Mercy, which is why I'm not such a fan of playing her, because, like, all supports are beholden to their teammates being somewhat competent, but, like, Mercy is particularly beholden to her team being decent, and, like, we lost really resoundingly those last two rounds, so hard for Mercy to really affect that one. Basically, like, we were inefficient with our beam a few times, and, like, Valkyrie, I wasn't super happy with how we used Valkyrie, but, like, realistically, even if we were, like, fully optimal with our damage boosting and Valkyrie, it would not have changed the outcome of that game. So over here in the email, we actually have some questions, though. First off, is there any way I could have avoided deaths while still being impactful? Not as in GA away here or there, as in playstyle differences. I'll be real with you. Mercy doesn't really have a lot of different playstyles. So, no, like, the thing is that, like, you have to expose yourself to the enemy team to really be super impactful as Mercy. Because, like, the points at which Mercy is being the most impactful is when she is, like, bouncing all over the field, like, healing and damage boosting as optimally as possible, and you just see her, like, flying, zipping all over the place. But, like, and, like, if you choose to play really reserved, then, you know, you're basically just going to be sitting back damage boosting somebody who's in a safe position, right? Like, it's either, like, you're out there bouncing between the people who are going in, or you're sitting really far back with your long-range heroes, damage boosting them. And letting the other healer do as much healing as possible of the people that are, like, further up, right? Unless you have, like, Death Ball, or you're on defense, in which case it's easier to do that just generally, but in, like, terms of King of the Hill, you're either going in with them, or you're sitting really far back with long-range heroes. That's kind of it with Mercy, so it kind of depends on what you think you can get away with, more than anything else. Like, if the enemy team isn't doing a very good job of focusing you, you can just, like, be really aggressive and get away with it. And if they are focusing you, you have to play more reserved. That's, like, kind of it, because if you play more aggressively and they focus you down, you die, and that's not very productive. So that's kind of how it goes with Mercy, really. She doesn't exactly have a great range of play styles. You're either in there bouncing off people, or you're sitting back damage boosting dudes. That's it, really. Second off, ults. Is it reasonable to expect my team to go on the aggressive when I ult? Or is that not something I can rely on? So you're ready for the most unfortunate answer you could possibly receive for this question. Yes, it is reasonable to expect that, and no, you can't rely on that. Like, when your teammates hear Valkyrie, they should take that to go aggressive. But they won't always, so it kind of, you have to play that one by ear. Do I think my team is actually going to go aggressive when I do this, or not? And, basically, like, do it once with your team, and kind of, like, gauge their reaction. Do they actually go in, like, do they actually play aggressively when I do this, or do they not play aggressively when I do this? And then that will tell you how you should use Valkyrie from then on, in that match, basically. You can probably tell before that point, like, if your team is playing super reserved in general, then they are not super likely to go in off of it. Whereas if they're balls to the wall the whole time, they probably will go aggressive at the drop of the hat. So, yeah. Yeah, they should go aggressively, but no, you can't rely on them doing that. You'll have to play it by ear with the teams that you're in at the time. Thirdly, was it okay to do something like leave my Ana to heal while I res if I think I can get back within 6 to 7 seconds? Yeah, if the other support on your team is a main healer, you can get away with, like, leaving them to do the bulk of the work, because up until very recently, where now we see 2 main healers quite frequently, it was always one main healer, one off healer, and, like, the main healer did the bulk of the healing, right? And then the off healer didn't do a whole lot of healing, really. So, like, it is not unreasonable to assume a main healer to be able to take care of things while you remove yourself from the fight for a little bit of time. You don't want to be gone for, like, fucking 20, 30 seconds, but I mean, you know, obviously, right? Yeah, like, it's okay to go out and your way and res somebody if things are particularly hectic at the time, then maybe consider don't do that. English is a fucked up language. Because if, like, everybody's currently low health when you go away, like, you're about to remove yourself from the fight for a while, there's a good chance you go away and everybody's dead before you get back, if, like, things are, like, really hairy at the time. But if things are still, like, reasonably okay, right? No, like, it's not going badly, basically, at the time, yeah, you can get away with removing yourself from the fight for a little bit to do something like that. Provided it's a main healer. Like, if you're playing Mercy and the other healer is, like, Zenyatta, try to avoid removing yourself from the fight for, like, 7 seconds, because a Zenyatta isn't going to be able to keep up, and by the time you get back, there's a good chance it's irredeemable by that point. But if it's, like, an Ana, or if it's, like, an Ana or a Moira, yeah, they should be able to deal with it for that, like, that period of time. So, there you go. Basically, off this game, all I can say is, like, we're not as efficient as we could be with, like, damage boosting and Valkyrie, but, like, sometimes with Mercy, you're just kind of fucked, really, is, like, how it amounts to, because she is, Mercy's kind of like an amplifier for her team, right? Like, if they play decently, you can make them play incredibly. But if your team is bad, you can only make them play okay, right? So, I was gonna make a way nerdier comparison. Like, I was gonna be a weeb there for a second. If you've seen, like, Soul Eater, it's not as edgy as the name makes it sound. If you've seen Soul Eater, the anime or the manga, then Mercy would be the maestro, and her team would be the weapon. If you know what that means, you're like, I see. But otherwise, you're like, this fucking nerd. And I'm like, yeah. It was a good anime and a good manga. Should go watch/read that. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you felt I answered your questions from the email inadequately, please let me know, and I'll try to expand further. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us, and I hope you found the video helpful.